All right, we are up and we are off.
You're one of the few that hasn't taken advantage of our November Thank You special. What are you waiting for? Or perhaps you already signed up for your favorite handicappers and want to add another red hot service? Then this deal is for you. Get all football plays for the rest of November through Monday, November 30th for only $119. That's right, get the rest of your favorite cappers football plays in November for the price of a 7-day all-access package.
We are live. Teddy covers the Prez. Welcome, everybody, to WagerTalk Today. Wearing a puck time. I can't even get the right. Wearing a puck time shirt. I've been printing shirts, Teddy. Want one?
Sure. But it doesn't matter. I can't wear a t-shirt. You got the biceps. I always put a jacket on because I like to look a little bit professional. So the t-shirts, I'll wear it if you want, but I don't know if you're going to get the logo on camera for me.
Yeah, I really don't care if you wear it or you don't wear it. Great show today. Dave Cokin right off the top. 3 college football games. The Iowa Penn game. Wow, Penn State. Cincinnati, UCF. San Diego State versus Nevada. And we got your big game breakdown. What's going on there?
We're going to talk NFL. We're going to talk, I'm going to touch on the Seahawks Cardinals tonight. I broke that game down earlier in the week. There's something I wanted to mention at the top. And then we'll talk about the Cowboys and the Vikings NFL action for Sunday.
And Kyle Anthony, Mr. MMA. Dude, this guy's record is so absurd you can't even believe. He's coming on. We're talking Saturday night's main event, co-main event, and the Mike Perry, Tim Means fight. That's going to be an awesome segment. And, of course, Ralph Michaels at the end of the show. A big shout out to all of you guys who sent in your flex pictures. Remember to keep doing that one more day. Hashtag PrezFlex. Oh, shut up, Joe. Teddy, Anthony Edwards, lead story, NBA draft went number 1. LaMelo dropped to 3. There was money to be made. LaMelo was minus 200 at one point. I hope a bunch of you guys took advantage of that. Jumped in, grabbed Edwards, paid for a couple of dinners. What's up, Teddy? Did you watch the boring NBA draft?
It is pretty boring, I got to say.
Okay.
No, I was watching MAC football with the NBA draft in the background last night. But it is worth noting the markets got it right. You know, people talk about the betting markets and, well, what can they predict and what can't they predict? You know, LaMelo, as you mentioned, he was a $2 favorite at one point. And then the money came in on Edwards and poured in on Edwards. So bettors got that right. He was obviously taken number 1 by the T-Wolves. The 3 guys who we expected to go 1, 2, 3 went 1, 2, 3. And after that, it was kind of a crapshoot. I know there was money to be made for those who researched the heck out of it. But last night, the chalk comes through at number 1. Anthony Edwards goes to the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Well, I just want to say for the record, shout out to the number 9 draft pick, Teddy.
Okay, why?
From Israel, first one. I'm happy about that. I'm happy about that. I'm going to say it the way it is. I am proud. I am loud. Let's bring Dave Cokin in. Let's get to college football. Dave, every day with you is a better day, brother. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing all right. Getting set to have some weird hours again. Last night was a normal hour night, but KBO resumes in the early hours out here on Friday morning, if you want to call it that. So I'll figure out where to sleep beforehand and then be up for the baseball game. It's been an entertaining first 2 games.
When does KBO end, man? This thing seems to be going on forever.
It's a baseball season. They're in the finals. It's
well
tied
said.
at it's one apiece, so it'll be done in a handful of days.
Excellent stuff. And both you and Andrew.
Still money to be made. I'll mention 7-1-1 in the KBO playoffs so far, and I have a best bet on Game 3 that is available now at WagerTalk.com.
I want to
Awesome
jump
stuff.
in real quick, Lawrence, if you would, because to me, your success in KBO is fascinating to me, Dave, because this is a league, you never handicapped KBO before. All you've done is handicap
No.
baseball. Can you talk about your approach when you first started doing it and how you had success handicapping a league where you don't speak the language? The information's got to be, is it, are you watching and seeing? Are you finding English-based information? What's your edge with KBO? Because clearly you have one.
Find sites with good stats, which I did very quickly. Watch the games and learn the talent, particularly the pitchers, because it doesn't matter where they play baseball. Pitching is still of paramount importance. Learn as much as you possibly can, and I know the league pretty well now in terms of the talent, which players are good, which aren't. I have trouble with the names, but I know who they are. And by the way, if you want to see a future big leaguer, there's one playing for the Dinos tonight. His name is Na, and this kid is going to be a big league. He's a big leaguer. I mean, he's represented by Scott Boras, by the way. So that tells you this guy's going to be making money in the majors very soon. But yeah, I feel like I've got a real good handle on the league, and it's been an enjoyable ride.
Amazing that there's any player in the major leagues that isn't represented by Scott Boras. So what are you people thinking? Anyway, Dave, we got to give out a promo for you. And then we're getting into college football. We're going to have a deep dive into 3 games. Guys, Dave Cokin, number 1 all time at Wager Talk in college football. Winning college football this year, winning NFL this year. His 5% plays, dude, your 5% plays are unbelievable. 6-0 college football and NFL this season. 9-0 college football run. 78.3% in the last 12 months of 5% plays. Guys, this promo is gold. $249 till the end of the year for Cokin's college football and college basketball. Head over to WagerTalk.com. Take advantage of it. Dave, anything to add?
I also won in college basketball last season. Not enormous numbers, but it was a winning season. It was a real pisser that the season got canceled when it did, because I was doing quite well.
Yeah.
But what are you going to do? I'm not real happy with the colleges overall this season. But I'm ahead, and the big plays have fortunately done extremely well. Yeah. And I do have a 5% that is up for this weekend. If you want to buy the game on its own, go ahead. But the package is certainly the way to play.
Let's go, boys. Iowa, Penn State. Penn State reeling right now. Iowa -2.5, 47.5 on tap. Dave, where do we go in this game?
Well, the problem here is that Penn State shouldn't be 0-4. They've done something that's kind of difficult to do in the first 4 games. They've had 2 games where they've outgained their opponent by more than 200 yards and lost both those games. To put it into context, I saw someone tweeted this, and I actually checked it, and it was accurate. Since the year 2000, they've had a grand total of 2 losses in games where they've outgained the opponent by 200 yards, and they've been these 2 games this season, against Indiana and then last week against Nebraska. So there's 2 things you can draw from that. One is that they are moving the ball up and down the field. Second is they can't put it in the end zone. And you saw a great example of that last week against Nebraska with some horrendous play calling. First and goal, they throw it 4 times, 4 incompletions with the backup quarterback who came in to replace the benched starter. Then they get another first and goal late in the game, and this time I guess they had to throw the ball because they didn't have any timeouts left. 4 more incompletions. They weren't close. So I don't know what to make of them mentally. I know physically Penn State's a really good football team, but mentally they just aren't. And Franklin is just not getting it done with this team. Iowa, 2 blowout wins in succession after losing their first 2. Not exactly against teams that are in good form. And both teams, I believe, have quarterback issues. I'm not impressed with the Iowa quarterback. He's not the most accurate guy in the world. They're going to have to run the ball to be successful, and I think Penn State can still be very effective against the run. And I guess Penn State's going to go with the backup here, and he doesn't throw it real well. Where's the points going to come from? I'm not an over and under player, but I have a feeling this might be a lower scoring game. As for the side, the stats say Penn State, but I'm not backing them. I lost them last week, and that's the end for me with them until they show me they know how to win a football game. So if I had to play it, I think I'd take a shot with the under, but it won't be on my card.
So let me ask you about the Iowa side of the equation, because this is a team coming into the season, Dave, that you had circled as a bet against squad. They lost their first 2 games, and they looked even more bet against. And then, as you mentioned, they bounced back with back-to-back blowouts. Have we the sell sign for Iowa? Is that officially off now, or do we still think that there may be lingering problems within the Hawkeyes program?
Well, it's off for now. But if they lose this game, it might go right back on, because I think they could have their hands full with Nebraska next week. They'll probably beat Illinois. And then they've got to play Wisconsin, and they're not beating Wisconsin, not the Wisconsin team I'm seeing. So, they could look like it. I don't know what happens this weekend, but there'll be a small winning or small losing team at the end of the season. And then I think Ferentz will be gone. I do believe this is the end of the line for Ferentz. I don't think he's going to be back for year 23. Just too many issues off the field. And too many boosters, and those are the guys who make the cash register ring, who are unhappy. So if they win out, that could change. But if they struggle down the stretch, lose this game, lose the Wisconsin game, and end up 4-4 or 3-5, that would be the end.
Dave Cokin joining us, everybody. Take advantage of his special offer, $249. No coupon code required. Just head over to WagerTalk.com. Dave, I'm wearing a Puck Time shirt. I'm going to send you one, okay? Send me your email. Send me your address, because you are a regular.
Yeah, but if it's a T-shirt, you'll never see it, because I never wear T-shirts without something over it.
You and Teddy. Okay, I'll do it on a hoodie. Okay.
Hoodie, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, send me your address. I'll zip it up on a hoodie and send it to you. Anyway, let's get into the next game. And Cincinnati -5 versus UCF. Huge game for Cincinnati. This team, can they be the first to crack that playoff spot? I was on them last week, 5% play. I was on them the week before. I've been riding this Cincinnati team. I'm in love with their quarterback. Dave, -5. Are they going to cover, or is UCF the play?
Whew. It's a great game. All the pressure's on Cincinnati now, because I don't think they're going to make the playoffs even if they win out and go unbeaten. But they're in the hunt. I think they'll screw them regardless. And the thing is, if they finish 10-0, it's tough to deny them a spot. But they'll find a way, because they'll find a way to get 4 of the Power 5 conference teams in. They always do. No, they're playing great football. Yeah. There's no question about that. This one's a challenge. Now, a couple of things that have to be mentioned. This is only their second road game of the season. They've had a very favorable schedule. 6 home games and the 1 game at SMU. And they ended up blowing out SMU, but that was a competitive game for a while. I think it was 14-10 at the half. And they actually got outgained in the first half of that game. So this will be clearly their biggest challenge of the season. Central Florida has started to really get it rolling. They've won 3 in a row now, after the tough loss against Memphis, where they blew a lead, and the rather shocking loss against Tulsa, where they just fell apart in the second half. They seem to be getting things going. I got a feeling they're going to have their problems here. I can't really quantify that with numbers, because the better numbers do belong to Central Florida, but it's on the road. All the eyes are on Cincinnati, and I think they're going to get a real big battle from Central Florida here. I don't have the guts to play it, but I have a feeling Central Florida might pull the upset in this one.
So I want to ask you, Dave, and none of us think that anything fishy, anything real fishy is going on, like refs are taking payoff, something like that. But It's worth a lot to the AAC to keep Cincinnati undefeated. Are you worried if you take UCF in this game that the swing calls will go towards the undefeated team as opposed to the team with 2 losses, the team that has potential to give the conference a real payday come bowl season?
No, because the officials aren't in on that. They don't get any of that money. So what do they care? And look, the one thing I've always felt is that there might be a lot of incompetence on a fairly regular basis, but most of that stuff gets replayed now anyway, except for spots. They get those wrong all the time. But I've always felt that with very few exceptions, officials are very much on the level. I think they want to call it fair. That's just their nature.
He's Dave Cokin, everybody. And Teddy, interesting question. I'm just going to go with that. 176 of you guys watching, 40 likes. Dave Cokin deserves a hell of a lot more than 40 likes, people. Come on. There's 137 of you that haven't hit that thumbs up. Dave had to wake up today, get dressed, groom his beard. He deserves thumbs up. Let's go. I want 200 by the end of the show. Dave, last game we're going to look at San Diego State, a -1.5 versus Nevada. And, you know, I've been riding Cincinnati this year. I've been riding Nevada too. This team and their deep ball, they can score quick. We spoke about this game yesterday. I'd love to hear your take on it.
By the way, you fibbed. I didn't have to wake up for this. I was up. My groceries from Smith's arrived at 8 o'clock. So I was already up and loading groceries into respective cupboards and freezers. And,
I'm a fibber.
Refrigerator. Yes. By the way, that's the greatest thing in the world, that Instacart. Oh, I love it. Leave a tip. You give a nice tip to the delivery guy. You don't have to go to the market. Oh, it's fantastic, especially for an old dude like me. See, let's talk Nevada first here. 4-0. Excuse me, 3-1. They're 4-0. What am I talking about? San Diego State's 3-1. I want to talk about Nevada first, so let me punch Nevada up on my screen. Sorry about that. I got a little disorganized. I was thinking about my groceries. The Nevada's 4-0, but what have they beaten? Well, they beat Wyoming, and that was a good win. The other 3 wins, and Wyoming. But remember, go back to that game. Wyoming lost their quarterback on the 3rd play of the game. Chambers got hurt again. He's out for the season again. And that was very deflating. And Wyoming did come back in the second half and really make a game of it. Their other wins against UNLV, which can't play, against Utah State, which can't play even less, and in fact told their coach to get out of there. He resigned, or fired, but it doesn't matter. He was gone. And at New Mexico, which is a spunky team but doesn't have much talent. So they haven't beaten anybody. This is clearly their biggest challenge. San Diego State, the one loss they have is to a team that is turning out to be really good, at least by Mountain West standards, and that's San Jose State. And they did actually outgame the Spartans in that game. They beat Hawaii without much trouble. Obviously clobbered Utah State, clobbered UNLV. I think this might be a tough matchup for Nevada. San Diego State is certainly not going to overlook this team because I think they've lost the last 2 in the series, which is a little bit surprising. But, there was a tight game last year, and they got them the year before that as well. The worry I have with San Diego State is the quarterback play. It's just no good. Baker's, he doesn't throw the ball down the field much. When he does, he's as good a bet to get picked off as he is to complete the pass. Nevada's got the edge in the passing game. And one other thing, though, and this is where it gets interesting, is, and this is why I think San Diego State's got a real good chance in this game. And I wish they'd have been the dog, because I'd have been on them for sure as the dog. As the favorite, I'm a little less certain. I'm still considering it. Nevada doesn't run it much. They also don't run it that well. Okay, so San Diego State's going to shut them down on the ground. And this will be the game where Carson Strong, and he's done very well so far. He's thrown for 70%, 12-1 touchdown interception ratio, but he's going against the better defense here. And the Aztecs, should have at least some success running the ball against Nevada, because this is the best rushing offense Nevada's faced And I think it's going to be a really good game. But I've got San Diego State winning. I missed the number on it. The drawback of this season is I usually, this would have game certainly been on my card and out as a selection early in the week when they were actually a dog for a little while. But I'm so reluctant to play early because so many of my games have gotten canceled that it's like, all right, I'm going to wait and make sure the information's okay.
Yeah.
And I waited, and now San Diego State's like 2.5. So I don't know if I'll play it because I'm sacrificing a lot of value. But I think the Aztecs win this game.
Dave Cokin, everybody. Dave, thank you so much for joining us on Wager Talk today. You can see him every Thursday, same time, same channel, right here with Teddy and myself. And make sure to take advantage of that $249 offer. All his college football and college basketball right up until New Year's Day. It's a great deal. No coupon code required. Head over to wagertalk.com and grab it. He's got a 5% play up for Saturday. His 5% plays are gold. No, rhodium. Forget gold. Rhodium. Dave, get out of here. We love having you. Thanks, brother. Quick break. Kyle Anthony, Teddy Covers, Ralph Michaels, and a whole lot more.
With the WagerTalk one-day Power Pass, you receive every play from every betting consultant for one full day at the ridiculously discounted price of just $149. What's better than spending the day watching and following a great game, watching, following, and winning that game? Get your sportsbook edge with the entire WagerTalk team of handicappers with this one-day Power Pass, every WagerTalk expert in every game they release for that day. Your WagerTalk one-day Power Pass is right here, and it's yours for just $149, available now at wagertalk.com.
It's time for Bad Beats, Bad Bets, and Bad for the Books. A little recap of what happened in the betting world last night. And we have one of each for today. Actually, a couple of each when it came to Bad for the Books. But let's start with the one bad beat. And it wasn't that bad a beat, but it was bad enough. Northern Illinois and Ball State stay under 59. They got to 56, 31-25. First, you had the botched extra point in the third quarter, then back-to-back field goals in the fourth after long extended drives down into the red zone. And then Ball State does the let's kick the field goal on third down from the 23-yard line and then try the onside Hail Mary deal instead of scoring the touchdown first. Both teams get 400-plus yards of offense. The game still stays under. Tough beat if you had over in Maction, Ball State, Illinois. Northern Illinois last night. That being said, the other two games flew over the total. Bad bets. Boy, there was lots of sharp money on Eastern Michigan last night. They got bet down to plus 6.5. They were plus 8 at the open. And again, through the 7 requires a significant amount of money. It came on the Eastern Michigan Eagles. That money wasn't so sharp. They're really young. Toledo outclassed them 45-28 final in that one. That bad for the bettors. Bad for the books. Well, I mean, there was a wise guy move towards Western Michigan last night. There was some buyback on the Chippewas, but boy, that Broncos offense was nearly unstoppable. And there was no crazy action at the end, even after Western missed the game-clinching field goal, and then Central went down and scored a touchdown. No onside kick recovery to make it truly crazy. Bottom line, the wise guy money on Western Michigan was right. Not a great result for the house. And, of course, there was all kinds of steam on that Eastern Michigan-Toledo over. Open 59, got bet up to 62 or higher, 45-28. That one flew over the total. There you have it. Bad beats, bad bets, and bad for the books. We got a loaded show. I got to keep moving. Back to you, Prez.
Thank you so much, Teddy. Coming up in a few seconds, I just want to welcome all of you guys into this chat room. We love having you guys watching us. You can see us on Periscope, on YouTube, on Facebook. So many options. Johnny Outlaw, you'll get your shirt at some point. Darren, nice to see you. Gerald Martinez, Robert McIntosh. Take the over on him getting his shirt.
I'm taking the over on when all these shirts you're promising to people they're actually going to get.
I've only No, dude, I'm going to do it in the next week. So bugger off, Teddy.
I'm taking the over.
Just shut up. Guys, you saw our newest member of the family, Ruby Rose. She did an incredible job during that commercial. We're thrilled to have her as part of our team. We're getting bigger and bigger every day. Teddy, I got a man crush on Kyle, but he's a bad sport, dude. Like flat out. Just a bad sport. Kyle, get your ass in here and explain to me why you won't flex.
I saw you. Don't pull me in these Twitter rants and these flex offs. Although Teddy, I do give you credit. You went out there and you showed the guns off. So props on that. Props on that.
What am I going to do? You know, I mean, I'm not going to let Prez get all the pub. You know, there it is.
Oh, that's good. That's good. It looks like you were hunting or something.
That's the whole point. Prez is like you're a homeless man. It's like clearly Prez has never been hunting. Okay, Prez, you ever gone hunting?
Yeah, because I really
It's
want
deer
to
season
kill.
right now,
I want to
okay?
really kill another life, Teddy. Yeah,
Exactly. So Prez has never been hunting, so he doesn't know what people that go hunting look like.
Oh, so you're telling me you were hunting right there?
I'm saying it's hunting season. I was wearing a hunting outfit. There's not many deer in southern Nevada for me to kill.
Kyle, I want to know seriously why you won't bloody well flex.
Because this is it's a male dominated show, so this is called knowing your audience, right? It's called knowing your.
Kyle's guns are better than that, everybody. Guys, before we get into the MMA, I got to tell you guys, like in all seriousness, we've got Carmine doing tennis and soccer, and Nick doing golf and soccer, and Teddy doing all his sports, and me doing mine, and Cokin with his incredible college football record. Tony Finn, the greatest NFL capper I know. Nobody, and I mean nobody is better in any in one single sport than Kyle is in MMA. Teddy, in his last 365 days, he hasn't flexed once, but his record is 60. Yeah, nice tats. 63 wins, 30 losses. 63 wins, 30 losses. Some big juice, some big chalk, and his return on investment 77.6%. Kyle, Warren Buffett just bought your yearly subscription, so congratulations on that, brother. How the hell are you so good at this sport?
We're finishing strong, though. We're finishing strong.
How are you so good at the sports? Like, who the hell does 67-8% in anything over a year period?
I mean, honestly, I put the work in. It's a lot of people, it's, analytics and that kind of stuff and looking at stats and all these other things. I mean, I dive into every fight, past fights, strategies. I know that some people don't like predictions or that kind of stuff, but I think that's a way that you're going to find the betting edge. So I stick to the way I work, and it's been working out.
Guys, you can see Kyle every week. He does his own MMA video from his couch where he probably makes sweet love to his beautiful wife, who we never get to see. And based on how you look, she must be magnificent. Anyway, Teddy's just like, God, why am I in the middle of this? Kyle, you got a competition to give out. We'll do it at the end of the segment. Let's get into this main event. Perez versus Figueiredo. Minus 300, dude. Figueiredo's a beast, an animal. I don't know how Perez is going to take him down here. I can't bet minus 300. I don't think either of these guys are going to get knocked out. I think the money might be on fight over 2.5. Where are you going with this?
I do like that. I mean, I definitely like the total in this one, but I mean, the one thing about Figueiredo, I mean, he is absolutely a beast. He is. I mean, he's shown a lot of great skills, and he's got a big knockdown rate, and there's a lot of great things that he does. But even the last two fights, and I always like to go past, look at past fights, and I think some of the big things here is what he did in the past. And he fought Joseph Benavidez 2 fights ago, which was the vacant title fight, and all the other things that happened afterwards with the weight cut. But Benavidez is a 36-year-old fighter, more of a wrestler, and in that first round, he was landing on Figueiredo until the headbutt, accidental headbutt that happened in the second round. that was when Figueiredo landed the big shot, knocked him down. That was how the fight ended. And even in that, and in the most recent fight, Figueiredo looked good again, you know what I mean? But this is against an aging, drained Benavidez. And I think that can kind of downgrade a little bit of those fights. On the other side, Alex Perez has solid wrestling. And one thing that he also is too is he is very versatile. I mean, he had beaten Jordan Espinoza. Jordan Espinoza is a great rangy fighter, good boxer, and he did exactly what you're supposed to do against somebody that has great movement, great striking, great range. He really got him up against the cage, worked it, took him down, choked him out. Then his most recent fight against Formiga. Formiga is a guy that has great grappling. And in there, Perez stood on the outside, leg kicked the heck out of him, got a leg kick TKO in that first round. So I think this is a situation where I think this is, to me, is a dog or pass completely. I can't find a place where you're going to be really paying up for Figueiredo, of course, minus 300 or higher. You're not going to do that. Perez is plus 250 at this point. I think this is absolutely a good spot for him. He was supposed to fight Cody Garbrandt. I think this is a harder fight than Cody Garbrandt. I think Cody Garbrandt, they both would have stood in the middle, traded shots, actually, and that was exactly what I think they were looking for in this kind of fight, a lot of action. But here, I think the ground and pound is good from Alex Perez. I like Perez here. I think that he can get the job done. I think that first round is going to be scary because Figueiredo does have the big shots. But what I've seen is it looks like really the tail end of the first, into the second, into the third, that Figueiredo doesn't have cardio. He looks a little bit more drained, more lackadaisical with his defense. I think he lands a big shot here. I think Perez has the opportunity to get the knockout or get the decision win. Knockout prop is at plus 600. I think that's live late where it could happen maybe in that third, fourth round where Perez is going to really, he's shown good cardio. He's going to land the big shots. I like Perez here, plus 250. Even sprinkle the knockout for Perez, plus 600, I think is still good value on this fight.
UFC 255 preview, and that's a play or a recommendation for a pretty big dog. We're talking plus 250 on Perez. The next fight, the main event. I mean, it says 1,400. I'm seeing 1,500. I'm seeing 1,700. It's a weird fight, Kyle, where we're talking about a fight card with two Shevchenkos on it. That being said, for the main event, Shevchenko's what? He's, 15-1 or higher against Maia. Does the dog have a chance, or do you like something in terms of the rounds prop for this one?
Yeah, I mean, I think, Jennifer Maia doesn't even really belong in this fight. I'm not, it's one of those things where the division is thin. Shevchenko has really obliterated everybody. There's not much there. It's, they're kind of trying to hype up Maia in this spot here. And I'm seeing, minus 1,800, plus 880, somewhere in that range. I mean, I think the big thing here is that Maia is her path to victory. She has some ground game, but she's a boxer. She likes to dig in and she likes to stand and throw. And that kind of striking fits perfectly into what Shevchenko does. I mean, obviously she's a elite level kickboxer, great counter striker, and she's able to have good volume and good footwork. There's a lot of good things that she does there. And I think that the way this fight could happen, of course, you're not going to be, obviously everybody knows Shevchenko should go out there and dominate this fight. It's just really, again, the method of how you think this fight will go. And I think that there's a spot here. She's coming off a knockout victory over Caitlin Shakagian in the third round. And this is a spot here where I think they're both going to look and fire. I think early it's going to be a little timid on both sides, but you're going to see that Maia's going to look to trade. And I think that's a bad spot against one of the top counter strikers in the game. So for me here, I like the knockout prop here. I think that you've got Shevchenko minus 120, I think is great value getting off of the monster number. And as well as there's one even on FanDuel, they have a double chance where you can have, you can pick two ways, two paths to victory, knockout or submission, knockout and submission. If you do that and you just take away the decision and you do the double chance there, it's somewhere around minus 190. So you're actually getting two paths to victory that of the three possible paths to victory, and you're getting off of the minus 1,800 or whatever it may be. So I like the knockout there, and if people can't get the double chance that's on FanDuel, I think the knockout minus 120 is definitely fantastic value for a girl that should go out there and dominate. And it's a 5-round fight, a lot of time, not a 3-round fight, a 5-round fight for a lot of time for her to go out there and get that finish. So I like Shevchenko via knockout.
Kyle Anthony, everybody. You can find him at WagerTalk.com. He's got a lot of plays up for this week. Kyle, two Shevchenkos on the same card. That's a rarity. Listen, we're running out of time. We're going to race through the Mike Perry Tim Means fight. I just want to say to everybody, I am personally 7-0 in the UFC, and I am betting. I'm not releasing any plays for this card, but I am betting Shevchenko, the real one, at plus 275 for a knockout or TKO in the first round. I think there's a lot of value there. I think Maia has no choice but to come out guns a-blazing. First round knockout plus 275. Dude, Mike Perry minus 150 against Tim Means. Super quick, man. Who do we take here?
To keep this as simple as possible is you can't trust Mike Perry. Guy's wild, man. Guy doesn't really have much technical skills. Only looking for the haymaker shots. A guy like Tim Means is going to be peppering him from the outside. I think the grappling is going to help him also. And even the last fight, Perry got pieced up a little bit, although he won, against Mickey Powell, who was horrible. So here, I like Tim Means. I'll take the plus money here. I think this should have been more of a pick'em. I like the plus money on Means.
Yeah, and Kyle, I don't think this fight's going the distance either. So, guys, take a look at that. And if you think Tim Means is the right way to go, you can get him for a knockout at big, big money. Kyle,
and there's been a fair bit of under money on that fight as well. 2.5 now under minus 130.
Yeah.
In sharp contrast what we're seeing on other fights.
Yeah. Listen, these guys are gonna go, dude. I mean, they're just gonna stand there and no analogy. Kyle, talk about your contest and then get out of here, my friend. I'm a little flushed looking at you.
So what I have, you can check me out on Twitter at Kyle Anthony UFC.
Oh, I check you out all the time, Kyle.
I got the post pinned up there. Basically what it is that I'm giving out a year of my service for free. And basically I'm always giving out picks to everybody. So I want to hear what they have. What you have to do is that post, you have to like, retweet, follow me. And then in that comment section in there, let me know who you think's going to win the main event and what round. Doesn't matter. You can say Figueiredo, third round. You don't have to say submission or knockout. Just what round. If it's decision Perez. Winner will then get a year subscription free. And then if there's multiple winners, of course, I'll pick one of them out of randomly. If there's no winners for some reason, everybody who entered, I'll put them randomly in, pick somebody. So either way, somebody is getting a year subscription for free.
Stuff, brother. Thanks so much for joining us. I love you, bro. You are just amazing at the sport, and we're lucky to have you. Quick break, everybody. Teddy is back with his big game breakdown, and then, of course, the Penn at the end of the show. Later, dude. Get out of here.
If you are one of the few that hasn't taken advantage of our November thank you special, what are you waiting for? Or perhaps you already signed up for your favorite handicappers and want to add another red hot service, then this deal is for you. Get all football plays for the rest of November through Monday, November 30th for only $119. That's right, get the rest of your favorite cappers football plays in November for the price of a 7-day all-access package.
It is time for Big Game Breakdown here on WagerTalk Today. I'm going to talk NFL for this weekend, Cowboys and Vikings. But before I get into the breakdown for that game, I do want to have a little addendum to an earlier week Big Game Breakdown when we talked about the Seahawks and the Cardinals tonight. All the money's come for Arizona in that game. We're seeing even money on Seattle, -3 even money. I even saw a couple of 2.5s this morning. I would not be surprised to see the Seahawks take care of business and win that game by margin. If I'm going to get involved in Seahawks-Cardinals at this stage, at this number, it could only be on the favorite. Now, let's talk about, and again, I don't want to go through all the reasons and all the rationale. I did a big game breakdown on that earlier in the week, but I wanted to mention, being that it's Thursday and being that that line has changed, that at the current price, it's Seattle or pass for this better. We've seen a big line move for Minnesota and Dallas as well. All the money's pouring in on the Cowboys. And boy, you can hear all kinds of reasons. I've heard 15 different reasons why Dallas is such a good bet this week. Ample market support for Dallas. And again, the Vikings have just played 3 divisional games in a row, and they've won them all. It's a clear letdown spot, in theory. Dallas has gotten their butts kicked, and now they're coming off a bye. And in theory, it's a step-up spot. I get it. I understand the theory. Dallas stinks and Minnesota doesn't, okay? And it's a Vikings team that has consistently taken care of business as home favorites against non-divisional opponents during the Mike Zimmer era. I've got them at 11-5 ATS in the start of 2017. I didn't go back further because I didn't need to go back further. Zimmer takes care of business in these roles. Minnesota's hot, okay? They didn't play well on Monday night, still got the win against Chicago. Now they're back home, playing with confidence. Playmakers all over that offense. Cowboys defense isn't any better than it was. And it's Andy Dalton time again in Dallas. And I'm hearing Andy Dalton. Yeah, I remember Andy Dalton. In Dalton's 2 starts this year, the Cowboys lost 38-10 against Arizona and 25-3 against Washington. You look at Andy Dalton's starts in recent years for Cincinnati, there's a whole lot that look like those 2 blowouts. Yeah, if I'm playing, I'm laying Minnesota at -7. They're more than 7 points better than Dallas. Bad spot or not. I like the Vikings minus the spot. And now the line has given us the value we're looking for. You don't have to lay juice with the -7. Give me Minnesota minus the points. There you have it, Prez. Big game breakdown. Back to you.
Teddy, we had a request from one of our awesome listeners and viewers. He wanted Ruby Rose to do your big game breakdown instead of you.
I don't
can understand that. Yeah, me either, bro. No disrespect. Guys, 95 likes, 5 thumbs down. What the hell, man? Whoever hit that thumbs down, take it back. Take it back. Actually, do what you want. I don't care. I'm done with you people and your stupid thumbs down. But the rest of you guys, we need 5 more thumbs up. We need them right now. Teddy, you in play tonight?
I'm looking for the word please there, Lawrence. Instead of, you tell everyone, get the hell out of here. You guys better do that. It's like, no. This is our audience. All right. We like them. We don't order them.
So
I am not in play tonight. No, I just talked about how I'm not in play tonight, but at the current line, I can only take
maybe it was college football you might be in play tonight. Maybe
we did a big game breakdown yesterday on Tulsa Tulane. I said
I'm done with you, dude. I'm in play tonight.
Didn't get involved.
I'm in play tonight.
Okay.
I'm in play tonight. I'm on a 7-2. I'm a 7-2. I haven't played a college football game in the last 2 nights. I got one tonight. I'm on a 9-3 college football run, and I've got an NFL play tonight. I'm on a nothing run in NFL. So with that said, let's bring the pen in. Ralph Michaels, dude, we are lucky to have you like always. Thanks for being here, brother. Are you in play tonight?
I am not. And normally, here's my philosophy. If there's an NFL game on Thursday, if I'm handicapping the NFL card for the week, if it's one of my top 3 plays in the entire week, I will use it on Thursday. If not, I'm not going to force a primetime game. It has to be that good of a play for me to use the Thursday or Monday play on my card. So I don't have very many. Haven't had one this week. Haven't had a midweek play in 2 weeks. I do have one tomorrow, by the way, but we'll talk about that. So, here's what we're going to do. We're going to put Prez on the spot tomorrow. Teddy, you do big game breakdown all the time. Prez, tomorrow, you are the Friends of Ralph handicapper. Bring your best play to give away for free. I want it to be an actual play that you're selling on WagerTalk. And tomorrow, you will be the Friends of Ralph handicapper.
I got to jump in, though. You're admitting that you're friends with Prez.
Friends of Ralph is not the same of friends. Yeah, I guess
Ralph.
It is. Yeah. I went on a limb, Prez,
Okay, so I'm no longer part of the Friends of Ralph tomorrow. Thank God.
You are. All right, guys, let's talk.
Wait.
You know what? We talked.
Ralph. Carmine won his play yesterday. You picked another winner. Oh, man, your Friends with Ralph segment is just like Dave Cokin's college football. Rhodium, baby.
Yeah, well, you know
now I
what?
will stop.
I'm actually giving away a Friends of Ralph play myself today, a play that I'm posting today. So first, let's talk college football revenge, guys. We've talked NFL revenge. Is it meaningful or not? So I wanted to do the same in college without knowing what the results would be before I done it. So I went back to 2007, used this time period for all the categories. So if you lost your last conference game as a favorite, that's it. You have revenge. You lost your last game as a favorite. You're 52.7% above 500. If you lost your last two games as a favorite, so if you have double revenge as a favorite, you are up to 58.5%. Now that is something meaningful that applies to San Diego State and Nevada this week, and Oklahoma State and Baylor. The San Diego State part is not in there. So this week, it applies to San Diego State and Nevada. And then I went one step further looking for some parameters. If you have double revenge for losses as a favorite, and now you are on the road as either a favorite or a dog up to 13.5, you are 63% against the spread with over 128 games since 2007. That does apply to San Diego State minus the 1.5 to Nevada this week. So revenge for loss as a favorite, 53%. Double revenge, 59%. Double revenge on the road as a favorite or a dog up to 13.5, 63% against the spread. And again, it applies to San Diego State this week and likely applies to Oklahoma State and Baylor December the 12th.
So one of the stats you have up there, Ralph, talks about if you're a bigger favorite. There's a difference in this between if you're a smaller favorite or the big chalk that's supposed to kill their opponents after a previous loss as a favorite. I'm seeing 43% if the favorites were 15.5 or higher. Is that in this meeting or is that in the meeting that they lost?
That is in the meeting as they lost, Teddy. So as I'm running my database, I was interested to know if you were a huge favorite and you lost that game, if you were over a 2-touchdown favorite or over a favorite of 15.5 or more, does that make you more likely to come out with more vengeance and play better against this team the next time? And the answer is absolutely not. It is actually a negative. So, if people say, oh my God, they lost as a 20-point favorite, they have revenge, they are going to blow them out, that mindset is not proper. The teams that if you were a favorite of 15.5 or more and they lost, when they play the teams again the next time, they are only 43.5% against the spread.
And another thing I noticed you did, Ralph, you highlighted a good handful of coaches that have been particularly good or particularly bad in this role. You want to go through some of those coaches? Because you got some big names in there.
Absolutely. I didn't have an angle of the day, Teddy, because I wanted to spend a few minutes on this. Now, in this list that I have, I only included coaches that had 5 revenge opportunities or more. So there are going to be some 4-0s. There are going to be some 0-4s, but I did not include those. Jim McElwain from Central Michigan, a perfect 7-0 if he lost to this opponent as a favorite his last time. Bill Clark from UAB, 5-0. Kevin Sumlin from Arizona State, 15-3. Ed Orgeron from LSU, 7-2. And Dave Clawson from Wake Forest, 9-3, 75% against the spread. So those are the coaches, again, with 5 or more opportunities to have a revenge game for a loss as a favorite. And those are the top 5 coaches in college football.
Ralph Michaels, everybody. Ralph, let's get to the Friends of Ralph segment. Again, another winner yesterday. God, I think you're like 8-1 or something in these plays. Who you got today?
8-2. We did lose a game. We lost that half. We lost that half soccer bet on a push.
Right.
And guys, this is the play I'm going to post right now. So you are actually getting this before I post it. and it is a play that it is an actual 3% play at WagerTalk, and it's Pittsburgh and Jacksonville under 46.5. And I've told you time and time again, do not base a play on a system. Do not base a play on a trend. But this is as close as I get to breaking my own rule. For the past several years, when the Pittsburgh Steelers are on the road as a favorite against a team that passes the ball a lot, they are a dead under team, and I have played them. Pittsburgh, if you just bet them when they're an away favorite, if you bet the under, you have cashed 82% of the time in the last 35 games. 6 overs, 27 unders, and 2 pushes. And if the Steelers are on the road against a team that averages over 35 passes a game, they are 1 in 25 over under. And in fact, I am 0 in 26 because the over in the database was that Dallas-Pittsburgh game just a couple weeks ago where Pittsburgh made the big fourth quarter comeback. The database had 42. I mean, I had a 43.5 and actually won that, but I'm not going to change numbers in the database. I don't care if it's 1 in 25 or 0 in 25. It's the concept if you believe it. Tomlin, off that big win against Cincinnati, has nothing to prove. Tomlin, Baltimore on deck. He gets a big lead on the road. He runs the ball. He does not run up the score. You have a young quarterback in Luton playing the best defense he's faced this year. It all adds up. Pittsburgh, Jacksonville, under 46.5. That is an actual play from me, Ralph Michaels, at WagerTalk.com.
Outstanding stuff. Teddy, what an awesome show. Kyle was incredible. Dave Cokin rocked. Ralph Michaels, like always, casts a massive shadow over the two of us. Your big game breakdown, 6.8 out of 10. Loved every part of it, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. Tomorrow's show, Rob Vino, Matt Joseph, and of course, Ralph Michaels. We'll see you all at noon Eastern. Teddy, a sincere and humble happy birthday to you. I love you, bro. Take us home.
You know that it's Ralph's actual birthday today, right? Like you keep wishing me a happy birthday.
No, I didn't.
And Ralph's, it's Ralph's birthday.
I didn't know that. Ralph, why don't you tell me these things? Happy birthday to
God.
Ralph.
If he starts singing, we're ending the show right now. Thanks so much
Ralph.
for taking time out of your day to hang out with us on Wager Talk today. We'll be back again in 23 hours right here on the Wager Talk YouTube channel.
Happy birthday, Ralph.
If you're one of the few that hasn't taken advantage of our November thank you special, what are you waiting for? Or perhaps you already signed up for your favorite handicappers and want to add another red hot service, then this deal is for you. Get all football plays for the rest of November through Monday, November 30th for only $119. That's right, get the rest of your favorite Cappers football plays in November for the price of a 7-day all-access package.